Namaste everyone, Jai Bhagwan. Let us discuss today how we can utilize yoga as an effective tool to enhance geriatric sleep issues. So, as we all know that sleep is one of the most vital requirement for a healthy living, especially when it comes to elderly. We always think that poor sleep or sleep deprivation is a normal process as we age older. But unfortunately, sleep is as essential as food and water. As we age, we need a same amount of sleep as we were, younger. So if we see today's population, 67% of elderly population have at least one sleep-related complaint. So that is not something which is small in number. So the consequences of poor sleep goes from physical to social level. The direct correlation between poor sleep quality and increased physical and psychiatric morbidities, and even the cognitive decline and compromised quality of life. Most of the time, clinicians and even physicians they fail to recognize this problem as a problem. They consider it's just a part of normal aging process, but it is not. Sleep requirement, even when we talk about elderly, they fail to fall asleep. They have trouble falling asleep, or they are trouble keep themselves asleep. The only problem here is we think that the poor sleep is a normal process of aging, but it is not. If we see the current approach today, the pharmacological approach, which includes benzodiazepines and non-benzodiazepines, all these agents, however, are not free from side effects. If we see the even short-term use of these medications or sleep aiding things, which are associated with adverse drug reactions, which includes dependency, both physical as well as psychological, and impaired psychomotor performance, disturbance in the rapid eye movement sleep, cognitive function decline, then rebound insomnia. These are the most commonest and least, will go on. But these are the most commonest, consequences of sleeping aid medications. So, what is the future then? How do we go about it? The simplest answer for this problem would be non-pharmacological intervention, and yoga stands tall in this category. So yoga, as we all know, that it's a combination of various postures, breathing techniques, even meditation. Though it's science of well-being, but at the current scenario, we are focusing only at the postures, breathing techniques, and at the meditation practices, because through the compiled scientific evidence, we could see that how yoga practices have enhanced the total quality of sleep, even in elderly population. So for that, keeping all these scientific evidences, we have created a yoga module practices which are highly effective to enhance the quality of sleep, and they will aid to relieve the sleep-related problem in elderly. For example, simple loosening practices like Sukshma Vyayamas and yogasanas like Tadasana, Trikonasana, Ardhakati Chakrasana, Bhujangasana, Pavanamuktasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana, Viparita Karani. So these are the simple asanas, but they are very effective. And when we talk about breathing, practices like pranayama, breath regulation, Kapalbhati with 60 strokes per minute, Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, Ujjayi Pranayama, Ramari Pranayama, Nadhanusandhana. These are the most simple yoga practices which enhances the quality of sleep, especially when we are talking about elderly. And the evidence from the previous studies support the same thing, that by doing the yogic postures, the stretching and relaxing effect on the muscle, which is causing significant physical and mental exertion, resulting in less sleep latency, more deep sleep, and less sleep disturbances, and better sleep efficiency. Not only that, these yoga practices, especially when we talk about asana practices, these asana practices and pranayama practices are helping in reducing obstructive sleep apnea symptoms, because in the elderly population, they do suffer a lot from this obstructive sleep apnea. So that obstructive sleep apnea is associated with decreased oxygen saturation, and by doing yoga, we can improve oxygen saturation, and also we can strengthen the laryngeal as well as throat muscles. And it is found that even in obstructive sleep apnea elders, by practicing yoga, has improved their oxygen saturation as well as sleep efficiency. And even if you see the tissue perfusion, oxygen tissue perfusion, then the respiratory muscle strength, primary and secondary respiratory muscle strength through pranayama has significantly improved. So by and large, simple yoga asanas and breath regulations will enhance the parasympathetic activity by reducing arousal, and that helps in falling asleep and staying asleep. Even if we want to include a capsule, like how do I enhance with a simple practice, for that we can use sleep special technique. For example, after evening, as we approach to bedtime, have an early dinner, then you go take a walk for 10-15 minutes, even within the house, take 15 to 20 minutes of simple walking, and sit on your bed, do Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing for 9 rounds. Then do Humming Bee Pranayama, that is Brahmari Pranayama. Then start doing auto-suggested relaxation from head to toe. Don't try from toe to head, because that will make us more aware and we may have difficulty falling asleep. So it's the best thing is start from your head and try to relax muscle by muscle through auto-suggestion and go up to the toes. By the time we reach our legs, we might fall asleep. So this is the simple sleep special technique which can be practiced anywhere, and it is very effective when it comes to people who have difficulty falling asleep. And along with these things, as basic thing, maintaining a healthy sleep hygiene is very much essential. Exposing to sunlight, trying to develop better balance between melatonin cycle and regular sleep schedules, and minimizing time spent in the bed. So these are the things, along with yoga practices, even listening simple music or chanting mantras or syllables could add on to improvise a better sleep hygiene. So in summary, compared to sleep medication, compared to pharmacological approach, when it comes to elderly, the best thing would be start inculcating simple practices of yoga, which will definitely aid in enhancing quality of sleep, because quality of sleep is very essential even when it comes to elderly, because they will be facing lot of psychophysiological challenges as we age older. Thank you very much. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.